आज जो हमारा टॉपिक रहेगा वो रहेगा टूरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन ऑफ लद्दाख और हम इसमें बात करेंगे जम्मू एंड कश्मीर टूरिज्म पॉलिसी के बारे में। क्वेश्चन है पहला, अलची मॉनेस्ट्री इज लोकेटेड इन विच डिस्ट्रिक्ट विल लेह डिस्ट्रिक्ट। क्वेश्चन है हु कंस्ट्रक्टेड अलची मॉनेस्ट्री, इसका सही है रिंचन। बहुत ही क्वेश्चन है हु डेवलप्ड या हु कंस्ट्रक्टेड अलची मॉनेस्ट्री, इसका गुरु रिंचन। क्वेश्चन है The Hemas Monastery is situated on the banks of which river? Indus River. The Hemas Monastery is situated on the banks of which river? River Indus. Yeah, Indus River. The Hemas Monastery is situated on the banks of which river? Indus River. The Hemas Monastery is located in which district? Leh district. Question है which is the second largest town in Ladakh? Kargil. Question है which is the largest town in Ladakh? इसके बाद लेह। तो which is the largest town, which is the largest district of Ladakh? इसका सही है लेह। क्वेश्चन है the Kargil is famous for snow-laden peaks and green meadows। सवाल बनता है which district of Ladakh is known for its snow-laden peaks and green meadows? Kargil। The Leh is located between Karakoram and Himalayan ranges। क्वेश्चन है द सिंगी, तो आपने याद रखें द इन लेह डिस्ट्रिक्ट देयर इज ए 9-story पैलेस कॉल्ड एज सिंगी नमगयाल। तो आपने याद रखें द सिंगी नमगयाल मीन्स इसमें 9-story पैलेस। बहुत द सिंगी नमगयाल मीन्स इसका सही जवाब है द सिंगी Namgyal means 9-story palace. The Singhi Namgyal is located in which district of Ladakh? Leh. The Leh is also known as land of llamas। सवाल पूछता है which district is known as land of llamas? Leh। क्वेश्चन है which valley in Ladakh is known as orchard of Ladakh? बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which is known as orchard of Ladakh? इसके बाद नुब्रा वैली। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which is known as orchard of Ladakh? इसके बाद नुब्रा वैली। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which is known as orchard of Ladakh? नुब्रा वैली। क्वेश्चन है Pangong Lake is located in which union territory? Ladakh। क्वेश्चन है which lake in Ladakh has been identified under Ramsar Convention as wetland international importance? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which lake of Ladakh has been identified under Ramsar Convention as wetland of international importance? इसका सही है Pangong Tso Lake या Pangong Tso Lake। Pangong Tso Lake भी कहा है, Pangong Lake भी, ठीक है ना। क्वेश्चन है The Khardungla Pass is located in which union territory? Ladakh। The Khardungla Pass is the gateway to, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which is considered as the gateway to Nubra and Shiok Valley। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन which pass is considered as the gateway to Nubra Valley and Shiok Valley? इसको खारदुंगला पास। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन which pass is considered as the gateway to Nubra and, तो आपने which pass is considered as gateway to Nubra Valley and Shiok Valley? इसको खारदुंगला पास। The Temso Gumpas are located in, इसका सही जवाब है लेह डिस्ट्रिक्ट। The Temso Gumpas are located in, इसको लेह डिस्ट्रिक्ट। क्वेश्चन है Diskit Monastery is located in, इसका सही जवाब है लद्दाख। क्वेश्चन है which is the oldest and largest Buddhist monastery in Ladakh? इसका सही है दीक्षित मोनेस्ट्री। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which is the oldest and largest Buddhist monastery या गुम्पा in Ladakh? इसका सही है दीक्षित मोनेस्ट्री। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है डिस्किट मोनेस्ट्री। सवाल बनता है which is the oldest and largest Buddhist monastery or Buddhist gumpa in Ladakh? इसके Diskit Monastery। The Diskit Monastery lies in which valley? इसके Nubra Valley। क्वेश्चन है which festival is celebrated in Diskit Monastery? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which festival is celebrated in Diskit Monastery? इसका सही है डसमोची, ठीक है ना, डसमोची is also called as festival of Sikpa goat। तो आपने कहा the Dasmochi is also called as festival of Sikpa goat। सवाल बनता है द फेस्टिवल ऑफ सिचपा गोट इज कॉल्ड इसको दसमाची। क्वेश्चन बनता है द पॉपुलर फेस्टिवल दसमाची इज सेलिब्रेटेड इन विच मॉनेस्ट्री डिस्किट मॉनेस्ट्री। क्वेश्चन है मैग्नेट हिल इज लोकेटेड इन विच डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेह डिस्ट्रिक्ट। द्रास इज लोकेटेड इन विच डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेह डिस्ट्रिक्ट। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है द्रास इज लोकेटेड इन लद्दाख। क्वेश्चन है which place is known as gateway of Ladakh। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which place is known as gateway to Ladakh। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है which place is known as gateway to Ladakh। इसका सही है द्रास। क्वेश्चन है which is the coldest inhabited place in India। बहुत which is the coldest inhabited place in India द्रास। क्वेश्चन है which is the second coldest inhabited place in world after Siberia। इसका द्रास। which is the second coldest inhabited place in the वर्ल्ड आफ्टर साइबेरिया इसमें द्रास। क्वेश्चन है JKTDC स्टैंड्स फॉर जम्मू एंड कश्मीर टूरिज्म डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है JKTDC स्टैंड्स फॉर जम्मू कश्मीर टूरिज्म डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन। क्वेश्चन है व्हेन वाज जम्मू कश्मीर टूरिज्म डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन एस्टैब्लिश्ड। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन व्हेन वाज जम्मू कश्मीर टूरिज्म डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन एस्टैब्लिश्ड। इसका सही है 1970। The main aim of JKTDC is to provide best possible service facilities to esteemed guests. The Royal Spring Golf Course Society तो आपने अदर इसमें द रॉयल तो आपने अदर इसमें तो आपने अदर डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ टूरिज्म भी है। ठीक है ना। सवाल बनता है विच इज मेनली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द रेगुलेशन ऑफ पिलग्रिज्म टूरिज्म इन जम्मू कश्मीर। इसमें जम्मू कश्मीर डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ टूरिज्म। ठीक है ना। Royal Spring Golf Course Society is also the authority of Jammu Kashmir Tourist Development Corporation. Royal Spring Golf Course Society maintains the world's famous Royal Golf Course located in the foothills of Zabarwan and bank of Dal Lake। तो आपने अदर में सवाल बनता है which society maintains the world's famous Royal Spring Golf Course located in foothills of Zabarwan। इसका Royal Spring Golf Course Society। Where is Royal Spring Golf Course located? इसका foothills of Zabarwan on the banks of Dal Lake। अब बात करते हैं जम्मू एंड कश्मीर टूरिज्म पॉलिसी 2020। क्वेश्चन है व्हाट वाज द विजन या व्हाट इज द विजन ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर टूरिज्म पॉलिसी 2020। इसका सही है What is the vision? बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन। What is the vision of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020? इसका to make Jammu and Kashmir most preferred tourist destination in India and to promote sustainable and eco-friendly tourism। तो आपने कहा What is the vision of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020? इसका the vision of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020 is to make Jammu and Kashmir most preferred tourist destination in India and to promote sustainable and eco-friendly tourism। क्वेश्चन है what was the key declaration of what was the key declaration of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020। इसका जवाब है the key declaration of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy was to grant सवाल बन सकता है पहले what was the key declaration of what was the key declaration of Jammu and Kashmir tourism what was the key declaration of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020। इसका जवाब है the Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020 formally granted status of industry to the tourism sector। ठीक है ना। सवाल बनता है what was the key declaration of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2022। इसका जवाब है to grant status of industry to tourism। ठीक है ना। to grant status of industry to tourism sector in J&K। क्वेश्चन है The Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020 has a duration of is valid for how many years? 5 years। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020 is valid for how many years? 5 years। which are the focus areas of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2020? इसका सही है pilgrimage tourism, adventure tourism, eco tourism, cultural tourism, MICE tourism। तो आपने अदर इसमें what are the focus areas of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2022। इसका सही है pilgrimage tourism, adventure tourism, eco tourism, heritage and culture tourism, cultural tourism। तो आप याद रखना इसमें What are the focus areas? बहुत important question है. What are the focus areas of Jammu and Kashmir Tourism Policy 2020? इसमें pilgrimage tourism, adventure tourism, eco tourism, heritage and cultural tourism, MICE tourism. Pilgrimage tourism is included. तो आपने याद रखना. Pilgrimage tourism involves Vaishno Devi Amarnath. Adventure tourism involves इसमें skiing, rafting. Eco tourism involves wetlands, wildlife. Heritage and cultural tourism and MICE tourism involves meeting, incentives, conference and exhibitions. ठीक है ना, ये आपने याद रखना होगा. क्वेश्चन है फिल्म टूरिज्म. द जम्मू एंड कश्मीर tourism policy 2022 emphasizes a single window clearance system. तो आपने जम्मू एंड कश्मीर tourism policy 2022 emphasized on single window clearance system to encourage Bollywood and regional filmmakers to shoot in J&K. क्वेश्चन है incentives of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2022. It's up to 30% on capital investment of new units, interest subsidy on working capital loans. The Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2022 focus on identifying and developing 75 new off-bed destinations. तो आपने याद रखना है. क्वेश्चन बचता है Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2002 focuses on identifying and developing 75 new offbeat destinations. ठीक है ना, ये आपने याद रखना होगा. इसमें सवाल बनता है अंडर J&K tourism policy 2022 how many offbeat destinations will be identified and developed. इसमें 75 new offbeat destinations. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. सवाल बनता है अंडर J&K tourism policy 2022 how many of सवाल बनता है अंडर जम्मू एंड कश्मीर टूरिज्म पॉलिसी 2022 हाउ मच. तो अंडर J&K टूरिज्म पॉलिसी 2022 हाउ मेनी ऑफ बीट डेस्टिनेशंस will be identified and developed. इसको सही में 75 new offbeat destinations will be identified and developed under Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2022. Night tourism is also aim of Jammu and Kashmir tourism policy 2022. Question आपने याद रखा. Tourism is a vital component of Jammu and Kashmir's economy, with resident estimates suggesting it contributes approximately 7 to 8% to regional gross state domestic product. सवाल बनता है तो आपने याद रखना है the tourism sector contributes how much to Jammu and Kashmir's GSDP. बहुत ही